So sorry guys, this is the final product. I just realized the No Pro that never works decided that it didn't want to record like the first 20 minutes of the video. So what I'll say is hi, welcome to Mr. Guns and Hunts. Today I was going to show you how to put on the scope mount scope rings and level a scope using the tipped in best gun vise, some basic household tools like an Allen key, little Torx bit off of screwdriver, some little pads to wipe up the Loctite, and some basic screws, and essentially show you how to level the scope, torque it down. Now most people, when you actually want to do this the right way, you like for this one, you want to use anywhere from 12 to 17 inch-pounds of torque on them, and there's a torque sequence. For me, I don't have that luxury. I don't have a tiny torque wrench like that, so I just use the Allen key, get it tight. I've been a mechanic for several years, done these quite a few times. You kind of get a feel for it. I say kind of, but you get a feel for it after a while. And you know, I'm not too particular about this one. This one was just given to me from my father. Really enjoyed this rifle, but I'm not trying to be too particular with it. I'm not trying to do any long range shooting or anything too crazy. I think maybe this one 300 yards and under. Here pretty soon. I think the next step I want to do after putting this scope on, I know it's pretty late in the season. Here we are, I think it's October 12th. Pretty late in the season. I think I'm just going to run some reloads through it. Hell, I think even for this season, I might just sight it in. I think I'm just going to sight it in this weekend with some normal whitetail 150 grain. And I might take it out, not next week, not this weekend, but next. And I'm going to go on a hunting trip with some buddies, and hopefully I can take you guys along with me, depending on the GoPro situation working out for me. We'll see what happens. And we're going to go do some hunting, and hopefully if I can get this thing dialed in within 10 to 20 shots, a box of ammo, I got plenty more saved up of 150 grain normal whitetail. And we'll see what that one does. We'll maybe use some normal brass. I think my old man, he's going to be sending me some brass here soon is what he's saying. He said he has like a whole gallon bucket, and he's like, I'll send you some 30-06 brass. So went ahead and I just ordered some Hornady custom grade dies. I already got a micrometer because I have a match series die, and so we'll check it out, see what we can do. But hope you enjoyed just seeing me put on the rings, and we'll send you over. So we'll see what it does. Alrighty. Next step, the important step. Alright, so let's go ahead. I've already cleaned and lubricated the scope, put some oil on it, wiped it down. Go ahead and set our scope on here. I've already checked it out. I like having this one actually all the way to the rear. That's where I like having this one. Then we're going to go ahead, grab our mounts, slap it on top of here. Get the other one, slap it up on here. And right now what we're going to do is kind of just get this, not necessarily even snug, just kind of thread started and in place, because we're going to want to rotate this scope and make sure we have it level before we go any further with it. Just kind of nice and easy, start these by hand. Alright, that one kind of just stopped on me, so it's starting to get snug, so we'll hit this next one, and don't forget, Loctite, Loctite, Loctite. It's an important step. It's kind of embarrassing when you go out to the range with your buddy, and then after you get done shooting it, showing him how awesome it is, and then all of a sudden your red dot, your scope comes loose, and then your buddy's like, I can't hit anything, and then you're kind of laughing at him for a minute, and then he grabs your optic and kind of wiggles it, and he's like, haha, no, you're the idiot. Yeah, I don't enjoy being on that end. Alright, we can still kind of move that one around. So I'm just doing 2 and then 2 right now. That's what I'm doing. Okay. I just want to basically get it to where the scope's not going to fly off when I touch it, and I'm not going to lose a mount. And it'll kind of stay in place before I torque it down. Let's see here. That feels pretty good. Oh, maybe a little bit more. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so now let's verify on the end up here. I'm just using the front side. Level up here. Damn, there's no way I got this on first try. There it is. Scope's good. So you kind of tighten in a star pattern, or I guess for this one an X pattern. Now, torque that one down a little bit. Torque this one down a little bit. Torque that one down. And torque that one down a little bit. Alright, before I start moving it and getting aggressive with it, let's make sure, did I move the gun? Yep, I think I turned the scope. So let me undo what I just did and actually hold the scope in place. So I slightly knocked it off center. Might help to leave the level on the scope. Okay, let's try that one more time. So there. So there. This one I'm just trying to get close. I'm not going to do any competitions with this gun. Alright, looks like we're holding level this time. Alright. So we're level. Alright, so let's actually kind of torque it. And that one's tight. That one's tight. Next one. Not going to torque that one just yet, just kind of getting it in place. It doesn't take much Loctite either, just a little dab, and it's good to go. Alright, so we're actually going to get this one some torque on it. Okay, and I'm going to torque this one. So I'm basically just working on an X pattern. So that one's tight. Let's make sure this one's tight. Okay. Make sure this one's tight. Alright. And two more. And this one's all good to go. So I'll probably just fast forward for you guys. See this one all good and done. Doesn't take too much, man. Just some basic household tools and the wheel, some Loctite, a couple Allen keys, star keys, flatheads. Just depends on what your scope mount rings. And keep in mind, this isn't just for the 742. This general purpose is going to work on basically any firearm with this upper receiver where you got to put 2 screws up in the top. It's the same thing. Make sure you Loctite all of them. Same thing with you guys putting red dots on or any attachments on your firearms. You know, always use Loctite. But you know, if I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. Love to hear from you. I know this isn't the most ideal way. Everyone's gonna be freaking out that I didn't use a torque wrench, but I'll tell you, I've been a mechanic for quite a few years now, and I kind of got a feel for it. But for you guys who need the actual torque specs and are trying to shoot long range and you want to make sure everything's precision and key and good to go, absolutely. Go use the torque wrench. Make sure you do everything right. If you're trying to do competitions and stuff or just long distance shooting for recreation, yeah, absolutely do what you need to do. But for general purpose, just for most of you guys like me who are trying to get out into the woods and go get some venison this fall, you know, this is really all you need. And then right there, your scope's on. Double checker, make sure the gun's still level. Gun's still level. Scope's still level. Good to go, guys, and that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video.